sort of spur of the moment. My name is Joe Babcock. I grew up in this little town and grew up in this little church. Well, it's not a little church, it's a beautiful church. And so this is the church of my youth. And I grew up here, and I see my old friend Kenny Clement back there, who is my best friend during my youth. We had some wonderful times, didn't we, Ken? And I see some of the other of my old friends here. But this is where I grew up. This is where I learned about Jesus. And this is where my foundations were established. And after I grew up here and went to college, I roamed around a little bit. I sort of lost my way and came back to work with my sister Phyllis and Dawn out at the Clement place. And also my wonderful friend Pastor Minor Soper is here today. And Marion. And Minor, I guess you remember when you came out and talked to me at the Clement place there. It's sort of, I think I was putting up hay. I had sort of lost my way, and you brought me back to the Lord and witnessed to me about making a personal commitment to Jesus, and that's what I did. And a week later, right back in that back row, you gave a call, an invitation, and I accepted. And I thank you for doing that. It changed my life and it has blessed my life. I roamed around a little more after that. I went out to California and I was trying to get into the music business and not making much headway. I had already been up to Chicago, tried up there and starved out. And I was broke in California. And this was about a year later. I had gone to UCLA to pursue my master's. And then I quit that, and I was trying to make it in the music business. I was doing little demo sessions and playing from the back of a flatbed truck for $5 an afternoon. Just not doing anything at all, not making it. I was, at Christmas time, I was broke and didn't have a job, didn't have any money, and I prayed a prayer. And I said, Father, I've been a Christian for about a year now. I mean a committed Christian, that I had made that personal commitment to Christ. And I'm trying to get into country music, and if you would somehow help me do that, I'll promise not to abuse it. And that's the prayer I made. It's 2 weeks before Christmas. About a week later, a fella from where I was bumming a room off of one of my friends, because I was broke, came running out and said, Joe, you've got a call from Nashville, Tennessee. And I said, well, I don't know anybody from out there, but I'll sure take it. Well, it was Tom Glazer. I had grown up here. I had played with the Glazer brothers. Sometimes we would put up hay all day, and I'd go over there and play music at night. So I knew the Glazer brothers. Tom said, Joe, we have had some wonderful luck. We have come out here. We auditioned for Marty Robbins, who was a big star at that time back in those days. He liked us, and he took us on. We're touring with Marty Robbins. We're playing the Grand Ole Opry. It's just wonderful. It's a miracle. But our brother Chuck is being drafted, and he said, we need somebody to take his place. And your name just keeps coming back to our mind. I wonder what old Joe's doing. And he said, we reached you through your mother. We traced you through your mother. My mom lived out in California. And we know you're just tearing it up out there in California because of my mother, of course. And I was doing nothing. I was broke, living in a borrowed apartment. And he said, but could you possibly stop what you're doing and come out here and sing with us for a couple years with Marty Robbins on the Grand Ole Opry? Well, I said, I'll have to think about it. And I did for about 2 seconds, and I said, well, when do you need me out there? And he said, well, when can you get here? Well, all I had to do is walk out and get in my car. I had everything I owned in my car, which was a guitar and a few clothes. But I had to sell I had no money, so I had to sell my car to get out to Nashville. I sold it for $150, and a friend of mine, Jackie Lee Cochran, drove me out to Nashville in his Cadillac. Well, we thought it would be better to arrive in Nashville in a Cadillac anyway. It was a 38 Cadillac, I think, and every time we stopped for gas, we had to stop for oil. Filled up with oil. Arrived in a cloud of smoke with $60 left, and Tom said, "We have to buy you a suit, Joe. We're on the Opry Friday night." So they bought me a suit, or I bought a suit with that $60, and I was broke again. But I got to play the Grand Ole Opry, and with Marty Robbins, toured with him, and for a country boy from North Loop, Nebraska, that was quite a thrill. And only 2 or 3 weeks before, I had been broke and out of work in California. Here I was on the Grand Ole Opry with Marty Robbins. The Lord doesn't answer every prayer just like that. Sometimes He says yes, sometimes He says no, or sometimes He says not now. But that's the prayer that He answered for me. Led me to Nashville, led me to my beautiful wife Carol, who is with me here today, and gave me a beautiful life, a career, 5 wonderful children, and a career in country music. I'd like to sing for you a little song that I wrote that is sort of my personal testimony and tells about our commitment to Christ. If I can be a witness to the lost, if I can be a bearer of the cross and pay the price no matter what the cost, here I am, here I am. If I can do some lowly task for you, if I can just be numbered with the few, if I can give the glory all to you, here I am, here I am. I'd rather be a servant in the household of the King than a man of great authority in Satan's high esteem. If I can sing a song's sweet melody, then let the sweetest ones be all for thee. If I can let the cross just shine through me, here I am, here I am. I'd rather be a servant in the household of the King than a man of great authority in Satan's high esteem. If I can sing the song's sweet melody, then let the sweetest ones be all for thee. If I can let the cross just shine through me, here I am.